but we'll be more than happy to connect the dots. And hear me when I say to you, we're not backing down. People are going to fight. What you saw tonight was not what Neon organized. It's what the families organized because they're tired of being used, they're tired of being abused, and they're tired of being unheard. It comes a time when we have to respect people, and you do that by listening first. So all of the puppet masters, they need to figure out what they're going to do from here, because Neon is going to fight because we provide awesome services. We do an awesome job, and we're going to do more because that's what we need to do. Our community and our families and our parents deserve that.
Have you... I don't want to sound right.
Well, Chiquita, I don't understand. How did this develop that all these parents came over here?
Oh, Nancy, last week we had a couple of parent meetings because we're trying to make sure that we're informing our staff and informing our parents on what's happening. We want them to know what's happening up to the moment. And we informed our parents on what was taking place, and they needed to figure out how they wanted to be able to facilitate. Our parents began to organize. I don't know why people assume that our parents cannot communicate for themselves. They're awesome. And so they're looking at the fact that when you're running Head Start, your parents should know what your budget is. They should know your budget.
Yeah.
They should know the resources. They should be a major part of helping to develop the program. They shouldn't be a second thought. They shouldn't be an afterthought. And so the parents, after their parent meeting, they made a determination that it was very important for them to rally together to be able to provide the support they needed for their school and to speak up about the services that they receive for their school. Parents are the first educators. They are the advocates. They are the individuals that when the school systems are saying we can't get parent involvement, you have parent involvement. Do you include them, or do you only include them in what you want them to be involved in? Neon is in a totally different direction, and our standpoint is we want them at the table when we're developing the budget, not after we develop the budget, when we're developing the budget. We want them at the table when we're developing curriculum, and we want them at the table when we're collectively bringing together those collaborations and those resources. What communities fail to understand in many instances is when you fail to hear your community members, you've just lost a whole scope of what direction your community should go in, because community assessment, how do you assess the priorities of your community? The only way you can do that is finding out what they need. Not what you think they need, but finding out what they need.
Okay.
And so tonight what you had was just an extension. The parents have formulated a volunteer group to help volunteer in the school. They've formulated a fundraising committee to help fundraise. They've put together a PR committee so that they can speak out for themselves. They are telling the communities what they want. Now, is this not what PTOs and PTAs want? Parent involvement?
Yeah.
Is it not when you're saying that your child is at the bottom of the educational scale and you're trying to figure out how to get my child to read or how to connect them so that they're doing better? How else do you do that other than connect with the parent?
Okay.
So when that child is coming from Neon and then that child is going on over to Norwalk Public Schools, you're hoping that you're not just getting the child, but you're also going to receive the parent. So these are parent leaders, these are community leaders, and they made a decision. And their decision was, it's time for our voices to be heard because too many people are providing false information.
What were they hoping to gain by coming over here?
They were hoping to make a statement. They were hoping to say from a standpoint, last week we had Ernie Dumas came to the event, and he walked in saying, your parents aren't being fed, your parents aren't being fed. I did. Your parents aren't being fed, your children aren't being fed.
Yeah.
And our parents automatically said, what are you talking about? Our kids are fed, we're fed. See, it's a total difference when you have somebody giving false information and then you have the people that are receiving the actual services telling you what they're receiving.
Okay.
It's not for me to speak for people. It's for people to be
Yeah, I
able
know,
to
they're all
speak for
gone.
themselves. But that's the whole. It's not for me to speak for them.
Okay, why did they get a notice saying Head Start will be closed tomorrow? I thought it's a transition period, right?
Exactly. That's what we thought too, Nancy. But what happened for us is at 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
we got a package. 12 o'clock, we got a phone call.
Yeah.
And at 12 o'clock, by 1:30 or so, we had individuals walking through the door saying at 5 o'clock our programs were going to be shut down. So we said to Head Start, how are you going to in this short period of time, inform our parents that they're not going to be able to bring their kids to school tomorrow. I'll be more than happy to provide you with the letter that we received.
Please do.
Not a
Send
problem.
it to us.
And so our standpoint was, we don't have a problem if you're deciding to go ahead and do a summary suspension.
Yeah.
Because we're going to appeal it and we know we have what we need. Our problem is the fact that from a disrespectful standpoint, you didn't inform Leon, you didn't inform the parents, and you want to give them a flyer. That's not how we operate with our parents. We communicate with our parents. We talk to our parents. We cherish our parents. How do you walk in and give a parent a flyer and say at 5 o'clock today there's no more services and you're going to have to figure out your life tomorrow? Our families are working families. How do
She
you
was
do
saying
that?
she won't have a job.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Right.
And so all we were saying is, we understand your decision from what you're saying. We have an opportunity to rebut that, but you could have at least given us an opportunity to put a transitioning plan so that we could effectively help the families.
Okay.
That's it. Our focal point right now is making sure that our families have what they need, and then you're also looking at the fact that you're going to eliminate jobs for the staff. Why could we not have a process? So when you say that families are not priority, who didn't make families priority? It sure enough wasn't Neon. So the Office of Head Start has to take a look at how it does business. Neon is examining how it does business, and we're telling you where we're doing right, and we're telling you where we're doing wrong.